Okay, I am super excited about this lesson, and the reason I'm excited about it is this might be the biggest mathematical challenge you have faced so far, all right? Like in all of your careers, this might be the biggest one. This is probably going to be the longest problem you've ever solved, and it's going to be awesome, all right? So here's what I'm going to say. We're going to solve this system of equations that you see there, and as you're looking at it, you're like, that doesn't look like anything I've done before. Well, you kind of have. We've been solving systems of equations all chapter, but all the ones that we've solved have only had two variables and been two equations. Now we've got three variables and three equations. Now the good thing is the steps are going to be the exact same, all right? The process isn't going to change. We need to eliminate letters, eliminate variables, so that we can figure out what one of them is. And once we know what that one is, we'll go back and we'll sub it in, all right? Now, we're going to need a lot of room to do this, so I'm going to clear out this screen a little bit and shrink this down, and we're going to use all of this space. All right, so here's what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to choose two equations. Right now, I'm going to choose the bottom two equations, all right? So I'm only looking at these bottom two equations right here. And we need to eliminate a letter, so just like before, we're going to multiply the top by the bottom and the bottom by the top. So I'm going to multiply the top one by 4 and the bottom by 1. Okay, so let's see what we have. 4x plus 12y minus 4z equals 44. By the way, it is almost impossible to find mistakes in these problems, okay? So take your time and make sure you don't make a mistake. So I'm going to double check. 4 times x, 4x, 4 times 3y, 12y, 4 times negative z, negative 4z, and 4 times 11, 44. Check, we got it. Okay, now the next one's going to be easy. When I multiply by 1, nothing changes. This is just going to be 4x, almost made a mistake there, 4x plus y minus z equals 14. Okay, now we are ready to eliminate the x's in this. I'm just going to have to change the signs. Negative 4x, make this a negative y and make this a positive z, and a negative 14. Okay, so now let's go and see what we've got. 4x minus 4x will cancel. 12y minus y is going to be 11y. Negative 4z plus 1z is going to be negative 3z. And 44 minus 14 is going to be 30. Okay, so we've done that. Okay, I don't think it was too hard. Just we chose the bottom two equations and multiplied the top by the bottom and the bottom by the top. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come back and choose two more equations. And I'm going to choose the top two equations. And we're going to do the same thing. Multiply the top by the bottom and the bottom by the top. Again, make sure we don't make a mistake here. I'm going to write this out to the side this time. When I multiply this times 1, nothing changes. 2x minus y plus z equals 4. And on the bottom, 2x plus 6y minus 2z equals 22. Okay, so that's not bad. Now, we're going to need to change some signs here. So I'm going to change them actually, I think, on the top problem. Negative 2x, positive y, negative z, negative 4. By the way, if you chose to do them on the bottom problem, that's no problem at all. We can totally do that, and in the end, it's going to come out to be the same. All right, so let's see. The x's will cancel. 1y plus 6y is going to be 7y. Negative z minus 2z is going to be negative 3z. And negative 4 plus 22 is going to be 18. Okay, here's what we need to do now. We have solved two equations, and let me see if I can kind of highlight these in yellow. We've got two equations here that we've written, all right, and we're almost done. We're getting so close. Let's bring these over here and let's write this down here. I'll write my blue equation in blue. 11y minus 3z equals 30. And my red equation was 7y minus 3z equals 18. Okay, so let's review. Let's just take 1 second to review. First thing that we did was we chose the bottom two equations. And we multiplied the top by the bottom by the top, and those were the blue ones. And then we ended up with that blue equation, 11y minus 3z equals 30. So we did the bottom two equations first. Then we went up and we did the top two equations that we did. And that's what we did in red, multiplying the top by the bottom by the top. And we ended up with 7y minus 3z equals 18. Now, we're taking those two answers that we came up with and we're putting them together down here. And we're going to do the same thing down here. Now, normally we'd have to multiply the top by the bottom and the bottom by the top. This one came out pretty nice, though, because I'm looking at those z's and I'm seeing that they're both 3's. Okay, so those z's are about ready to cancel, except they're both negative. So we're going to have to change the sign so that one's negative, one's positive on either the top or the bottom. Doesn't matter. I'm going to choose the bottom. So this is going to be a negative 7y. This is going to become a positive 3z and a negative 18. Let's see what we have. 11y minus 7y is 4y. The z's are going to cancel. And 30 minus 18, that's going to be 12. Divide by 4, and we're going to get y equals 3. All right? And I'm so excited we finally, after all of this work, found the value of a letter. I'm so excited, I'm going to write it over here. Y equals 3. Okay? Now what do we do? Well, let's do it just like this was a normal system of equations with two variables. I'm going to come back. I erased that. Let me see. This was a minus 3z equals 30. Okay, so which one do I want to use? I like that top equation, the blue equation. So I'm going to come over here. 11. I'm going to come over here and solve this new one over here. 11y. Well, we know our y was 3. Minus 3z equals 30. Okay, 11 times 3 is 33. So let's subtract the 33 over. And now I have negative 3z equals negative 3. Divide by negative 3z equals 1. Okay, so now, so excited once again. I'm going to bring our z equals 1 over here so I don't lose it. Okay, now all I need to do is find my x. All right, and I am running out of space to do this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to erase this the last part of this problem that I just did. Okay, so I'm going to erase all this so that I have room to work over here. And I'm going to choose any one of these first three equations where there's an x, y, and z. So choose whichever one looks easiest. Well, I like that middle one. X plus 3y minus z equals 11. So x is x, but we've got 3. We know that y is 3, so sub in 3 for y, minus z, and z was 1, equals 11. So let's see. Let's simplify this. 3 times 3 is 9, minus 1 equals 11. Okay, and 9 minus 1, that's just going to be 8. So we've got x plus 8 equals 11. Subtract the 8, we're going to get x equals 3. So that is our last variable that we have to solve for. So we've got x equals 3, y equals 3, and z, I don't even remember, oh, z, I erased that one last time, z equals 1. Okay, so let's write this now as an ordered pair. Okay, normally we just go x, y, but this time we're going to go x, y, and z. So as an ordered pair, my x was 3, my y was 3, and my z was 1. How about that? I told you it was long. That problem took us literally right now, we're getting to 10 minutes to solve. But doesn't it feel good that we were able to unwind that? Let's go back and just look at this problem. Yeah. We solved all of that, all right? We're really getting somewhere in math. You guys are doing good work. I believe in you. Keep it up.